So game 1 of the Master Smurf will duo with the best performer account. Here's my Discord link. It's essentially going to be the theme of this account, and that's what I'm going to do every game. I first pick Gnar here, so the enemy counters me, and then my top gets to counter them. She's going to play Udyr no matter what, I guess, so it's kind of unlucky. And for the first time, I'm running a double MR rune page, so I have very low damage, and it's hard to last hit. And even that does not seem like enough. The Fizz is able to just abuse me. After Fizz kind of abused me, I TP back to lane, and the enemy Hecarim just completely bails the Fizz out here by shoving his lane. It is the most super uber smurf play because the Fizz was going to be stuck in lane with no TP, but the Hecarim reset the lane for him. Fizz was roaming bottom, and I thought he'd reset here. The last he does not, and yeah, this is my first major blunder of the game. And then shortly after, we followed it up with this play. Every time I push out mid, Hecarim's there to wave clear, and it's allowing Fizz to roam without me really getting a whole lot done on his tower. And Fizz and Hecarim do end up roaming bottom. I think they do double kill bottom, but I am given a bit of time to get damage on the tower. Actually really strong right now. I just bought a Spirit Visage. That is flash, nice. And the goal with this lane is essentially just keep pressure on mid and let the Hecarim Super Smurf just keep clearing mid and trying to gank me, but never getting kills. We don't want this Super Smurf Hecarim to take off. And the guy is definitely a Super Smurf. Everything he's done this game has been pretty much perfect in terms of like his macro play. Like we can see Fizz's damage here versus my Spirit Visage is just not good. And I wasn't even mega here, I think, towards the end. Because Fizz has been roaming so much, and when he comes back mid with the Hecarim combo, they're never able to kill me, so I have a pretty big advantage here. Do keep in mind, it's not just the fact that he's roaming a lot. Like if I was a normal mid laner at this MMR, I would have gotten killed by the Hecarim many times, but they never catch me in a play because I'm just too tanky. Yeah, our Xayah is just not good. You can see here she's split pushing when she has no tower. And the enemy Ezreal is going mid, and he's like here for the play, while our Xayah is bottom split pushing. I have to go for this, I think. I actually might even not kill him. Okay, I don't kill him for sure. Yeah, I have to go next. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not playing with the Xayah that's going to split push when Drag's about to be up in 30 seconds. It was up in about a minute when she did her split push decision, but the enemy Ezreal is going to go mid and just wave clear like he should, and the Xayah is going to split push. It's mainly the skill difference there is just way too high. Like the Ezreal just knows where to position on the map. Like he knows to go mid because he's an Ezreal. He's not going to be able to split push because, you know, people can catch him in side lanes. And the Xayah decides to just go to a side lane when the enemy has a Fizz and a Hecarim. The Udyr is just not going to scale that well with that build versus we got a Muraman, a Hecarim, Uber, God Smurf, could be Master or Challenger for all I know. The next lobby's horrible. Our Brand was hovering Brand before the enemy locked Nautilus and still picks Brand, so he doesn't know how to counter pick. And our ADC, whose last pick, sees their ADC and support and will not swap me, and I get called toxic by, I think it was another player in the lobby as well. That guy and the ADC both call me toxic, which is just a term that you'll hear from absolute idiots. The difference in IQ between me and him is like Morpheus versus someone that's just walking around in the Matrix. And I'm trying to convince him that, you know, the Matrix is not a real thing. And he's sitting here trying to tell me that, you know, I have no idea what I'm talking about. He's been living in the Matrix for years and he knows exactly what's real and what's not, because the guy just sits on Reddit all day. Here's people call other people toxic. Here's examples of people being toxic. And if it has a lot of upvotes, that means it's true. And normally in that lobby, I would have ensured they both get a free lose by playing the game out as an Ashe mid that gets countered by Yasuo. It was pure blind unluckiness for me because we had not shown our ADC yet, so he should assume that he's going to get countered by our last pick. But unluckily, our last pick is the most selfish, just horrible player that you'd never want to play with. The guy who's pre-programmed by the Matrix would rather play with that guy who's the last pick ADC. Is not going to swap his team after seeing all the champions. After I've already declared myself a Master Smurf, which I'm not a Master Smurf, but on 2 accounts recently, I had huge success and got to high diamond on both them. MMR, not actual rank, but MMR is all that matters. I didn't show any of those games because I wasn't disciplined enough with my commentary, and I would play like a bunch of games in a day. If I play too much, I just get demotivated to edit and my commentary suffers. Although when that account does get unbanned in a few days, if it's got a higher win rate than this account, I might switch over to it, or maybe just for the sake of the video, I'll just stick on this account. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that whole rant over the plays from this next game. I don't know how many Shaco games I've showed, but the Shaco's just been all over me. And do keep in mind, this game I'm a first pick blind pick Teemo, and I only did this because my last pick wanted to counter pick pick. So I gave him the super counter pick because the enemy thought he was counter picking a Teemo. So he picked something stupid like Jarvan. And my top lane gets a super counter pick off on him. There's really no redeeming qualities about my team this game. I've gotten ganked probably 5 times. And I'm a first pick, blind pick Teemo. So there's no reason why I should be the one that's 2-0. I've gotten ganked way too many times. I've had no jungle ganks except for there's one time where the void bear does finally show up. The first play that really takes me off is I roam to this play where the Shaco's 100% dead and the Annie steals the kill, which normally this would not bother me, but he's 0-3-2 I think at this point, and so he's just gonna steal the kill to reset his gold, which to be fair to him, he does say that, you know, he didn't see me. And the next play I blow my TP to get to bottom and I signal them to bait. Now what baiting essentially means, and what I'm thinking, is the enemy's gonna gank the idiots that are feeding because they've been feeding the entire game, so just keep ganking them basically is what the enemy's thinking. And the Annie, instead of allowing me to bait them, flashes forward as if like I'm gonna somehow make it from this bush to where she is and I'm gonna be able to follow up on that. And so not only do I waste my TP, he wastes his flash, which is a huge cooldown for a Annie player. So he steals he steals the kill. I'll let them do it because I meant to stop DPSing it, not to stop. Yeah, well, he goes in too late. It's this one back here, for sure. They needed to stop DPSing it like way earlier. Garen is here, very nice. Garen was pushing mid, so the more we DPS it, the more we're helping the enemy, because they want to do the dragon fast so that they can clear out mid. They can stop the Garen. There's a mushroom here. Okay. Okay, we're just going to not have a ward there, actually, I don't think. You just got extremely lucky. Didn't walk into the, I don't really care if he steals his kill, to be honest. He's blinded, I know. Oh my, everyone's getting the kills except for me. I have 5 assists, and they're all morons. Like, that's the problem. They're all idiots. Like, the volley is the least moronic out of all of them, but what is this guy doing? Oh, this is a bait. This is this one right here. This guy's freaking tanky. He's got a really good scaling build. I actually was able to get away with going tier in lane, which is disgusting. The fact that he's even in farm and he's going tier rush Jarvan is just absolutely nuts. And this guy got the counter off on him. Shaco did gank him a few times, but Shaco ganked every lane a few times. And like, had I got the counter off on the Jarvan, it doesn't matter how many times that Shaco ganks me. At least that's what should happen. And if that's not what's happening, then, you know, my teammates have the right to complain just like I'm complaining. We do have to always be striving for perfection. I think Shaco's gotta be here. Yeah, he's here. The, oh wow, I got feared from that. I was out of the radius for sure, but this guy actually misses his whatchamacallit. How is there 3 on me like that? Oh my goodness, I get out though. There's no way. No way he hits that! No way he hits it! It was totally like just a random direction he decided to queue and I couldn't see him queuing. Like I lost vision, so I couldn't juke back. There was so many BS events that just lined up there. I don't know where my team is. As that play is going down, my team does do drag, and then I'm not really sure what happened to play after, but my team does really well here. Then we get Baron off of that, and then yeah, we're just gonna push with Baron. The game's pretty much over. No, Shaco had his gap closer. Oh, that's my bad, my bad, my bad. I should have. Oh, I'm dead, I think. Really? thing about Garen going for the inhibs too is like, yes, we get inhibs, but the enemy gets soul, and now it's like they're just gonna be farming inhibs unless we can do Baron, which Garen's getting caught right now. He must get out of there. Hopefully he does get out and I can get my Nashor's Tooth, which I'm still pretty far away from being able to get. He does actually get out. We might be able to just end the game. I can TP mid, just end the freaking game with Kate. I'm just gonna TP on that, and hopefully I can get my Nashors here. Had a TP though. Nice, it's big. I don't know why MF did that. She really felt like she could have got one of us, I think. Or maybe she could have got the ult off. Okay, well that was a good split push by Garen. It was the right decision to go for the inhibs, I guess. Just because it did work out, that doesn't mean it's the right play.